This activity is in continuation of the previous activity in which we were basically doing an example of subnetting. We have already done the design of our network. We have already decided or designed the subnets that we will be configuring. So now let's configure those subnets and assign those subnet IDs and IP addresses to the router interfaces and then test their connectivity. All right, so here we are. So we have already basically designed the subnets that we will be using. So let's configure the routers with the IP addresses on their interfaces. So I'm going to click on router R1. Okay. All right, so let me go to the privileged exec mode and then global configuration mode. All right, and then before I go, let me show you show IP interface brief. Okay, so here you can see that currently the gigabit Ethernet interface 0/0 and 0/1, they both of these interfaces are not configured yet, and we're going to have to configure them. All right, so let's go to the global configuration mode, and then let's select the first interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0, and let's assign the IP address to this interface, IP address, and we're going to assign the address, the subnet address, the first host address is basically, it is a common practice to assign the first usable host address to the router interface. So we're going to assign the first address, which is going to be 192.168.100.1, because .0 is the subnet ID, and .1 is going to be the first host address which we are going to assign to this interface. And then the subnet mask 255.255.255.224. So this is the subnet mask. All right, so we have assigned this, and we're going to execute the command no shutdown to bring the interface up, and then we're going to say exit. And now we have to assign the same. We're going to have to assign the IP address to the other gigabit Ethernet interface of R1. So let me go to the interface gigabit Ethernet 0/1 and assign the IP address 192.168.100.32. .32 is the subnet ID, and so the first address is going to be .33. And then the subnet mask is going to be 255.255.255.224. The first 3 bits of the last octet going to be all ones. All right, enter. So here we are, just bring it up, no shutdown, and then exit. So now we have configured. So let me just exit from here, and let's see. Show IP interface brief. Going to show me. So here you can see we have successfully configured both of the gigabit Ethernet interfaces of router R1, and we have assigned them the IP addresses based on the subnet IDs that we have decided. So let's go to switch S3. All the other switches are already configured, so I'm going to configure only those internetworking devices which have not been configured yet. So I'm going to go to switch S3. I'm going to have to assign the IP address to this switch. We'll go to this CLI interface. All right. And this is going to be LAN 3, which is LAN 2. So if I go back to this LAN 2.0.1.2, so the subnet ID is 192.168.100.64, right? So for that, I'm going to have to basically go to the the VLAN interface of this address of this switch. All right, enable, and show IP interface brief. And I'm basically I want to check the. So the VLAN 1 is not assigned because it's a switch. I have to basically configure the switch with the software port of IP address. So I'm gonna go to the configure terminal mode, interface VLAN 1 and IP address 192.168.100. What was the subnet ID of this address? It is 64. Then 65 will be this, and then it's gonna be 66, right? So let's see. So where is it? 66. Oh, I forgot to give the subnet mask 255.255.255.224. All right, so no shutdown. Exit. All right, so exit and show IP interface brief. Quickly check the, if we have successfully configured it. Here we go. So VLAN 1, and this is the IP address, and it's up. The status is up. All right. So, and we need to also assign the the default gateway, and there is a command for it. Configure terminal IP interface VLAN 1 IP default gateway, and the address is 192.168.100.100.65, and then let's see. All right, so we are done with that, and no shutdown. Oh, sorry, no shut down. Okay, let's just see where we show IP brief. Okay, so we are good. So let's go to the PC4 and let's quickly configure the PC4 before we test the network. So I'm going to the PC4, and I'm gonna I will go to the IP configuration mode, and I can just assign the IP address of this PC. And remember, this is the the LAN is going to be LAN 3.96, and 97 will be this one, 98 will be this one, and this can be 99 or 100. So let's see. So we can assign either of this. So 192.168.100.99 and see if it's already there. All right. Okay. So we are good. And the default gateway is 192.168.100. What was so I know I haven't entered the complete gateway. Just want to see. It was 96. All right. So 192.168.100.97 is going to be the default gateway. All right. So we have successfully configured all the devices, and all we need to do is just to check the connectivity. And let's just go to this PC4, go to the command prompt, and let me ping 192.168.100. Let's just say we configured this one with what address? .1. So let's just say .1. Oh, here you go. So we have successfully configured the IP addresses, and we are able to ping the network, which means it is connected, and we have successfully configured it.